What's up? Yours truly once again with another Style Your Life, Michael Ferrera, and we are talking once again on fitness. Fitness. And a healthy lifestyle is so important in styling your life because I truly believe that, as you know, you can have anything in your life that you want as long as you truly believe it. And a lot of that belief comes from within yourself, within mind, and all that will come to health and fitness. We are with the fitness extraordinaire, the guy, the man that makes me go to another level. I had the privilege of working with him before at Rock Sculpted Fitness, Ricky Crockett. Brother, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for having me, brother.
I'm so
Appreciate
happy
you.
that you could be here on Style Your Life and talk about your journey, talk about fitness and health and how we can use those things to incorporate in our life to style and create the life that we desire. So today I really want to talk a little bit about some of your backstory, how you started this journey into fitness, how you are still growing in that journey of fitness, and what next, and how we can use some of the things that you have taught and that you teach your clients that we can implement in our lives, like when we're at home, when we're maybe eating bad, or how we can improve to style life to get to a higher level. So we'll talk about that. So from the beginning, I'm born and raised here from LA, and you're here as well, California. So tell us a little bit about where you're from and a little of your upbringing and what brought you into this fitness arena.
Well, personally, for me, I'm originally from Pasadena, California. Grew up in Pasadena, played sports all my life, so I participated in Little League baseball, Pop Warner football, ran track.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
as a
cool.
kid, yeah. Ended up stopped playing baseball about 8th grade and just focused more so on track and football. Mm-hmm. Played football through high school, went to college, Utah State, played there. Spent a little time playing arena football for about 3 years. Played down in Mississippi and 2 years in Tennessee. Yeah. Ended up coming back to California after that in 2007 for good. And just working out, training, had this huge, idea of being a professional NFL football player, which it didn't happen, but granted, I still was able to play at a post level after college, which is good. Yeah. Meaning arena football. Yeah. With that said, I continued to work out, exercise, stay in shape, and people would ask me, "Hey, are you a trainer?" When I worked out at the commercial gyms like LA Fitness or 24 Hour Fitness. And I'm like, "No, I'm not a trainer. I just, it's part of my lifestyle. This is what I do every day. It helps me release stress, or it's part of my daily routine. If I don't do it, I feel like I've missed out on something." Until one day, a young lady asked me, "Hey, are you a trainer?" I go, "No." And she's like, "Well, can you help me do a few exercises? I don't know how to do them correctly." Okay, fine. Helped her out, and I would see her frequently in the gym, and she would come back and always ask for new things. Like, "Hey, I saw this on the internet. Right. Can you help me do this the correct way?" And helped her a few more times. And I say, "Well, I can do this." So I ended up helping her more times for free. So we would meet up at the gym maybe twice a week, and we work out, and I train her for free. And I ended up doing boot camp classes. So she grabbed a few of her friends, and we would do boot camp classes in a park out in Pasadena. And I ran into some issues where I wasn't able to meet the client's goals. At this point, I'm still doing it for free, but I wasn't able to meet the client's goals because I'm in a park. I'm working out. I'm using resistance bands, very light dumbbells, agility cones, agility ladders, and then daylight savings comes. So now I'm losing time. It's getting cold outside. It's getting darker early, and people don't want to be outside in the park. So I decided to get certified with the National Academy of Sports Medicine. Got certified with that. Didn't want to go into a commercial gym, so I tried on my own again. Same thing, same kind of things I ran into. Went to the commercial gym, tried to train there. They like, "Hey, dude, you can't do this here. You're pretty much soliciting." So I'm like, "Oh man." Next thing I did was exactly, Well, they were like, "Hey, dude, if we're not making money, you're not gonna make money in our gym. We're not getting anything out of it."
Gotcha.
So what I did was I ended up applying at that 24 Hour Fitness, and I worked there training clients for about 5 months. During that 5 months, I was in the mind state of only train. That's all I want to do. And they were like, "Hey, dude, you need to sell. You need to sell the protein products. You need to sell yourself.
The ice cream, the drinks, the whatever, the programs.
Totally. So I didn't know. I've never been in sales before, so I didn't know what I was doing. I was getting the fitness consultations and doing the assessments, but they weren't signing up with me. And I was getting a few sign-ups, a few re-signs from my current clients, and it got to a point where they started to like, hey, we need sell, and was pulling out the passion of training for me. And I got to a point where I said, well, I can't be here anymore because I came here for a certain reason, and that's not happening, and it was drawing out of me because they were pushing sales so much and not personal training. So I put my 2 weeks in after 5 months, and I found a private gym in Pasadena, which I'm still leasing out. And I found that private gym in December 2014, and I was just like, I let my wings fly, left all my clients. I didn't take any of my current clients from 24 Hour Fitness to the private gym with me. And just I started from scratch. Started from scratch. But my integrity wouldn't allow me to do that because I love what I do. So I figured I would get clients in that way.
So tell me a little bit also about this journey space, because I know you're in the educational space for a while, and then also doing training. So your schedule, from my knowledge, I know you personally was just wake up really early, go to sleep really late. So tell me about that educational journey now and some of that transitions, because I know you at I'm not sure if it's schools or universities or where it was, but now it's a space where it's you're full in the fitness arena. So tell me about that journey and how you're working your schedule now, and how you're either more work or more stress. I don't know on where it is in just the fitness arena now, from that growth from the educational space to where we are now.
Well, it gives me more time to hone in on my personal training, because like you said before, I would wake up early, go into the gym and train clients. Then from there I would go into a school district and reprogram myself to be in education for adolescents. So I worked with 2 classrooms of middle school students, disadvantaged students. For one, more than half of them live in residential facilities, so they don't have families at home. So I would work with two of those classes as a behavior interventionist.
Wow.
So with that said, they would come to my classroom, my office, when they were having issues with the teacher. A lot of times they were just coming to hang out because I was like, hey, I'll help you with your work, but here's the thing, you got to do your work, and then we'll do video game time, and then you go back to class.
Right.
So it was kind of like dangling a carrot in front of them. Then I would transition from that back to training after that.
Wow.
But right now, I'm not doing as much as that anymore. So I got more time to focus on training. So what I'm doing with my personal training right now is I'm actually getting more into it as holistic, and not just being this trainer, because everybody can get out and say, all right, hey, you got these X amount of exercises with this amount of reps and this amount of sets, and you're done. Now I'm more so tailoring it to your lifestyle. Whether you are a sedentary person or you're moving around at work. That way, for your program design, far as how you want your goals to go as personal training, I can dictate like your caloric intake, or bumping it up or bumping it down, or say you like meat, Michael. You're a meat person. You don't really like carbs, but you love meat. So for you, I would tailor a diet for you. Let's just put you on the keto diet for you if you want to lose weight. That way you don't start it and you end up quitting because you don't like what you're doing, and I'm taking away the things that you love.
Tailored design.
Exactly.
Tailored design to the person, the individual. You touched on something that I want to go back to, because it's very clear that you have a big heart to give and see people. Because if you're in the arena of education, so I want to go back there for a little bit. Why did you choose that? There's so many other things that we could do for going along the journey or getting to the entrepreneur ventures that you want and all that. Why that? It takes a special person that wants to give in that arena. Why did you choose that educational space?
Well, originally when I came back from down in Mississippi from playing arena football, it's like, I need to get a job. So one of my friends was working at the residential facility, and I go, hey, they're hiring? He's like, yeah. So I ended up applying, got hired. I worked there as a program support system, and what I did was I monitored not the students, but the clients while they're in their cottages. So around 70 clients, ranging all the way from 5 years old up until 18. So I worked with that population, and it was more so of like they needed love, and they didn't know how to express that in an emotional way where they were not being aggressively doing it. You know what I mean?
Sure,
for instance, like, I'm mad, I need some attention, so I'm going to just break Michael's mirror because I want him to talk to me. But I know he's busy. I don't know how to interrupt him in a professional way where he won't yell at me.
Wow.
Because a lot of them came from backgrounds where, you know, if I interrupt you, you're my parent, you have, you know, short patience, you're going to backhand me.
Wow.
Exactly. Or go in my room, stand on the door, or I'm busy right now, tell me later. And they get forgotten about. And a lot of them didn't have families, so for me, I was more of like a big brother. I kind of understood them, and a lot of them looked like me.
Yeah.
Black, brown, young men.
Wow.
Yeah, so I enjoyed doing it, man. I enjoyed doing it, but at that time, it was time to move on because there was no growth for me.
Yeah.
For my career.
Right.
So.
Man, I love that you say love, because in this Dial Your Life we talk about here in some of our other sessions is that's really where it is. You know, when you have the opportunity to give and love and passion for one of the things that you do, but then just the people, when you're willing to give that and provide that to people, it opens up the door for everything. Do you feel that, you know, when you were, you know, in the transition stage from the educational space going into the fitness, that there was some crossover, or was it a hard shift for you in making that transition to the fitness arena?
Well, it was a hard shift because, like, the clients that I dealt with, number one, it was very, very, very hard for them to create a space where they could trust you, because a lot of them have abandonment issues where dad's gonna call them on their phone and tell them, I'm gonna pick you up, pack your clothes, and we're gonna have you for the whole weekend, and dad don't show up. Or mom has this new boyfriend, he's attached to him, and all of a sudden the guy disappears and he hasn't seen him anymore. So for me, it was difficult,
and
because
this was all men, young boys.
Yeah, young boys.
Men.
Young boys.
Okay.
It was difficult because they trusted me.
Yeah.
So they liked me. They were attached to me. And for me to tell them, like, hey, I got to move on, they couldn't really grasp it. You know what I mean? So it was sad.
Yeah.
It was sad. I didn't know how to tell them. So I ended up, what I did was I did an exercise with them, both classrooms. And what I did was I asked them, how would they feel if someone they liked and they was used to seeing, and they knew their schedule, knew what time they were going to be there, knew if they didn't have their coffee, they forgot to get it, they knew they would have like some type of anxiety and running around. How would they feel if that person told them that they were going to be leaving, moving on, but they would stop by and see them every now and again?
Wow.
And they read it automatically. They knew, hey, where are you going? I said, how do you guys know it's me? He said, because no one's ever did that. Like, no one's ever just said, okay, hi, I'm leaving, here's a handshake, here's a hug, bye. It was just like, gone. Never see him anymore. Yeah. So that's why the transition was hard for me.
Yeah. And then now, after we've gone into the new entrepreneurial space, talk to me about, you know, because we have the 24 that kind of gives you a, you know, kind of like a foundation. Not to say it's easy, because it's still work, but when you have this giant place that everyone could see a mile away, how are you transitioning to building that client base, you know, and meeting people and having people to come in and use your services like I have? How did you get into that space of, you know, really doing it and owning that, you know?
To be honest, man, I was a pretty shy person.
Yeah.
It was my wife. I have to give her that. Because I'd be like, yo, you can talk to anyone, strangers, and approach them, and they like you. And she was like, you're the same way. The people that you talk to like you. So just approach them. So I got out of my shyness and meeting people, engaging with them. Wow. Also being like an educational force for them for what they want to do. That's what I would say, Michael.
Yeah.
Because because I generally do use social media to attain clients, to get clients, but most of my clients haven't really come from social media. Really came from referrals, word of mouth, or people just walking past the gym and coming in, and me greeting them.
And their personality.
And they're coming in, and they're like, come back.
Is that a lot of how it still happens?
Oh, yeah.
In meeting new clients?
Yeah.
And then so what is the and this is where I feel the value that you can bring to the audience is like how we can use some of your insight that we can use right now. Things that we can implement either at home or while we're traveling. If coming up on let's use holidays for example. Just in general, how can we be strategic when it comes to everyone is always January 1 gonna lose weight, gonna 15 pounds, gonna put on whatever muscle, whatever the term is that they want to do, gung ho, and then you hit March and then April. And then the gym is less people, and then it's like that. So how can we when we get to December, November, and even in the summertime, how do we stay disciplined? What are some tips that you can use to stay disciplined?
Number one would be goals shouldn't have a deadline.
Oh,
if you put a deadline on it, you already quit because you have a goal that you already made a goal. That's when you have a deadline. Yeah, because you already say, okay, I want to do this. I want to lose or gain 10 pounds in 90 days. If it doesn't happen in 90 days, you quit. Or on the track to 90 days and you're not close enough that you feel that you can hit that goal, you're going to quit. So I would say don't put a date on it. Because you can't, because you have to, number one, go into it thinking that a realistic goal. And meaning, say, I want to lose 1 pound per week. Which isn't a lot, but it's a lot. Or you may have a week where you maintain that same weight, but maintaining that same weight is still progress. You didn't lose, you didn't gain, you maintain.
That's huge, man. That's huge. Like, don't put a deadline on the goal. Like that's like a stamp, like a nugget. Like, that's huge. I think that applies to life. Yeah, that applies to life. That applies to fitness, because if you made that, wow. That hit home for me. Like, if your goal is here, that's the end result. But if you don't you have to make it a habit or a consistent discipline to
lifestyle, like you said.
Exactly, a lifestyle, style your life. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And then carrying that on. What is it that when it comes to eating, how do we stay disciplined? It's tough for me. To see the fried chicken and the mashed potatoes and all the heavy stuff. And when you should have a balance of the greens. How do we do that going into, like, just for example, say like Thanksgiving or the Christmas and New Year's and alcohol, all that type of stuff? How do we stay disciplined, and what can we use? Some tips we can use.
Tips you can use is, number one, like my clients, when they come for their assessment, I break down everything to them. How we're going to do it, how they're going to receive their meal plan, their grocery list, how much water they should be intaking, what they like, what's their lifestyle. Do you have support at home? Like, that's the main thing.
What does the support at home mean? What does that mean?
Meaning,
like
for instance,
cooking or what?
Yeah. For instance, all right, Michael, you're on this journey. You're trying to clean up. You've been eating fried food, your pastries, all this stuff all your life. You and your wife, y'all love it. Going to the drive-thru, you love the drive-thru menu. Yeah. Something quick and fast because your busy schedule. You love that. Now you okay, I gotta straighten myself out. I can't go to the drive-thru no more. I'm not eating the fried food. I'm baking it now. But on the other hand, the wife, she still wants that. So it makes it difficult for a person if the household isn't aligned with the goal. Because now your wife doesn't want to make 2 meals. Or neither do you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So the first meal will probably be the meal that's going to get eaten. Or you need the support.
So support is one thing that we can do. And what if we don't? We're single. What do we do in that space when we have this goal?
I said, you got to know the triggers.
Okay.
Like, I send my clients down to have a sheet. They fill it out. What's your trigger? My trigger is riding past In-N-Out. I smell it. And
then you get the.
What's your response? Okay. What now? You need to come up with an alternative.
So in that alternative, is it that we simply carry other items with us? What should we be doing?
Have snacks with you. Drink water, or just say, or for instance, if I have this burger, I'm not going to have 2 burgers. I'll have 1 burger. And with that said, it's not going to make me gain 4 pounds. My 1 burger.
Okay.
It's not going to make me fall off track because I had 1 burger. You had 1 burger yesterday, so what? Get back on track tomorrow. Forget about it.
Yeah. And now when we come to like this holiday feast, we got all the stuff and the stuffings and the bread and the all that. What should we be doing there when we show up to this feast? Is it just you take the L?
No, no. You take some of the L, not the full L. But if you do take the L, don't get discouraged. Stay committed. It's just one day. What I would say is this: before you have that food, go grab you a cup of water. Drink you 2 glasses of water, 16 ounces of water.
And why water? I know water is key. That's one of the things you taught me when I was training. That really took me to another level. Simply just drinking water. That's drastic. But why is that? What is? I'm not a health expert, but I get it. But why? Why is that?
Your body's like 65% water, so you need water. You don't have water, you feel tired. Your body's not detoxing itself properly, so you're not urinating or defecating as much. You get cramps, just feeling sluggish. Your skin starts to change. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. But it's vital. Like we need water. Like I try to consume. You should try to consume at least an ounce per pound of body weight, which is really hard if you're not around that amount of water.
Really? So if you're wearing 200 pounds, you should be having.
You could try to.
Really?
That's like a gallon.
That's like a gallon a day.
Yeah, I can drink a gallon a day.
Okay, so that's that kind of brings me at ease. I thought it was greater than that.
No, so like what I think for 238 ounces is equivalent to a gallon.
Okay,
of water.
So about a gallon a day.
Yeah, or break it down.
And so it can even be less. So
it could be less.
It can be less if you're not at a 200 level, whatever it may be. Wow. So
that's my goal. That's why I try to finish a gallon a day.
Okay, and that just puts you at a balance where you feel this. Isn't that our body's just refreshed by doing that, or is it okay?
I mean, and then you help your body detox that way. It's better.
And then this might be a silly question, but is water, or is it that you need to have the specific of the H2O balance, hydrate, alkaline, Alaska, Australian? What is that? That we should. Is there a specific type? I know some people may have dietary restrictions or physical body conditions that requirement, but in general,
I would say no.
Okay,
but like you said, like you mentioned about earlier, like if you have those health issues and your doctor requires that sort of water that you need to intake, then but for me,
it's
no,
not necessarily. It's just making sure that we consume.
Yeah, come on, Mike. How many times you grab the neighbor's water hose and
Well, I've never done the water hose. I got to a point where I'm a little more elevated, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about little Michael.
When you're a little Michael, you do that.
Run up and down the sidewalk.
100%. Basketball, when you're a kid, you run around and that's all you do is play, and then you get the hose. 100%. But as long as we get in the water,
you're getting the water
is the key.
Because at the end of the day, your body is going to detox itself.
Okay. So the water is key.
Except for that Flint water. Now we don't want to consume that type of stuff. Sorry.
There's a great film that I had a privilege of working on that did a discussion on that. A whole nother topic we'll do. It's an episode on that, but that was fun. Now that you bring it up, but that's real. But now taking that outside of the gym with the health and the fitness, in ways that we can style our life to go higher and better. Bringing off from, like, let's say you achieve a goal, you hit the mark that you want, the fitness regimen or whatever it is, the weight. What next? How do we continue to go to the next level? For me, that's always it's always what next. It's tough for me to stay stagnant. For me, if I'm stagnant or if I'm maintaining, I'm going backwards. That's me.
Yeah,
that's my mentality. But how do we go higher when we hit a goal? What next?
I would say up it. Like up it one. Like you gained your 10 pounds of muscle. Now you want to say, okay, I want to get ripped, but I want to keep my same 10 pounds of muscle that I gained. You know what I mean?
And is there something like is it a strategy?
It's a strategy.
What is that strategy to take us to the next level?
I would say, for as fitness goes, it'll be just how you want to look and what's good to you. When you look in the mirror, are you happy? And how can you fix it? There's always a way to fix it, and you can't base your goal on the goal of the guy in the magazine, because genetics play a part. All the time. Genetics is huge. Genetics is huge. For me, like, for example, right now, I go, all right, over the summer, I lost like 8 pounds. It took me like 4 months. I thought it was going to be quicker, but it took me like 4 months. And I was like, I got to a point where I just hit a wall and I couldn't I wouldn't lose any weight.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Yeah.
So what I did was I went back to the drawing mat. I calculated my calories again, and I moved things around.
Yeah.
So mainly macro units, nutrients. I moved my protein up, dropped down the carbohydrates, and left the fats the same.
Wow.
And I was able to maintain my muscle, but then lose that 2 pounds that I got stuck at trying to lose.
So we don't know that. If we're not in that arena, how do we learn that? Do you have some insight, your web, or
I do have insight on my web,
or a space that we can learn that, or how do we get that type of information? You know?
It's just math, not simple math.
Okay.
Multiplication, addition, subtraction.
Okay.
Division. So what you want to do is, I would say, to make it easy, what are you about, 190, Michael?
That's right.
190. So what you'll do,
like 196, 200, where I fluctuate around.
Exactly. So you want to maintain that. We just say you want to maintain that. What you want to do is say, okay, you're moving around a lot. You're not sedentary. You're up. You're moving. You're up and down the stairs, walking up and down the stairs. The baby, carrying her around.
Right.
What you would want to do, you would multiply your 190 times 10. So you have a range of 10 to 14. So the person who's less sedentary, you can use a higher number because you're moving around. So meaning you'll burn more calories throughout the day. The person who's always sedentary, you want to use the lower number. So we'll say you sit down all the time. We'll put you at 10. So you'll have.
What is the 10?
You'll multiply that 190 times 10, and you come up with 1900
calories.
Yeah, for your day.
Okay.
So, but then what you want to do, you want to break it down where you'll say, okay, you got to know the macronutrients, meaning the protein, carbs, and fats. 1 gram of protein and carb is equivalent to 4 calories. And then 1 gram of fat is equivalent to 9 calories.
Wow, see that? I just feel like I've started doing all these numbers in my
mind.
It's like,
it sounds crazy, but what you want to do with the calories, the 9 calories of the fat, you could break down in half to make a 0.5 to lessen it to maybe like 4 calories, like with the protein and the carbs. And then with that said, that's how you get the numbers to break those down in macronutrients.
Wow, I feel like
it's crazy. I have to write it down.
Yeah, definitely need some help.
Yeah, but once you come up with that number, the total amount of calories at 1900, and if you don't see what's going on right, you could say, okay, I'm gonna do 190 times 11.
So this is where I feel like an expert comes in, where you get the help, to take you with some of those little, whether it's you or working with a professional that can, because I do believe that professionals take you to a higher level, not necessarily just give. You want to be in a position to go higher, and I think that when you start getting to those details, that's where I think an expert comes in. I think that's valuable. I love that. I got 2 personal things that I'm gonna be using in my life.
Well, seriously, honestly, and I've been moving more towards that, like more of a scientific approach for my clients versus just coming to the gym. I'm gonna kick your butt. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna leave. You're gonna feel tired. You're gonna feel sore today and leave the gym. No, we're gonna take this all the way. Like, you're gonna receive a travel guide when you're traveling. You're gonna receive a thing where you can learn how to make a meal in 30 minutes because you're moving fast. You're gonna learn how to go to the restaurant and order your meal and eat what you want and still stay in your caloric deficit or your caloric surplus while doing that stuff.
Wow.
So it helps a lot. And you
get
all this, you get all these tools, and once you start doing them, it becomes repetitive, redundant, and then you understand them without having to grab a sheet of paper or calculate it in your phone. You can see it and
just have a foundation of understanding. That's great, man. I definitely know that's gonna take into another level. I'm gonna use some of that stuff.
Oh yeah, I got it for you.
I think like making a shift, man, outside on the personal. Tell me, how are you managing all of these things? And you just recently married. 1 year, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's so cool, man. And it's a blessing that I had the privilege of. I actually designed for the wedding. I had a chance to design the full tuxedo for the wedding. And it
was amazing. Still get compliments on it.
Thanks,
I actually want to wear it again.
You should, and I think on anniversaries, especially occasions, you got.
I was gonna say it's not just to wear anywhere, Mike. It's
special.
Oh yeah, very special, man.
Special. So in that, with all the adding the wife, adding the dating, adding the going out, and fellowship and traveling, all that amongst running your business and all your clients, man. What is it that you do to style your life? How do you make it balance and make that happen? I want that insight that can be valuable.
Well, I know what my day looks like ahead of time. So I have my calendar in my phone. I have it scheduled where I have my client schedule. I have my free time. I have my time where I need to do studying. I have my time where I need to do program design. I have my time where I need to text a client to check up on them because they may be new. They're not used to the program. They may slide here and there. They may have questions that they're afraid to ask. So what I'll do, like for instance, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I know I'm gonna be up at like 4:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock, 4:30. So I'm up at that time, getting things prepared for my client at 5. I know I have a client at 5. Take care of that client. May have one at 6, depending on the day. And during that free time, I may work out. I may have 30 minutes to work out, but 30 minutes is push. Yeah. And the next 30 minutes, I'm preparing for my client who's coming in. Yeah. So, but that's just, I would just say, me, for instance, just being prepared and being ahead of what's happening.
Yeah. And then the personal, how do you what is it that you still incorporate that? Is it challenging now? Or is it, how are you doing that?
It's challenging because, I mean, it's all new. I'm a husband, so now I've got a whole nother set of expectations from my wife. Yeah. So it's going to come to a time where I can't be out in the gym working, training clients at 9 o'clock at night. For instance, we have a child or so. Yeah. Also, I do set aside Sunday. Yeah. So Sunday is our day.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We all Sunday we go. Yeah. And usually on Friday and Saturdays I'm done a little earlier with training, so we use those days. But primarily Sunday we can do our own thing.
Just devoted.
Yeah. What was that thing? For instance, like you're surfing. Yeah. You're out there and like this water is dangerous. And you just want to survive. So all at that moment is just you in the water. So on that Sunday it's just me and my wife. I try to let everything go by.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful. And then now as you said that, on that Sunday, what's next? Like on a business platform, what's next?
On
is
a
there
business
new
platform?
things coming? Is there new ideas, any projects that you're working on that you can share with us and that you're doing? And also, how can we get in contact with you? I think that's valuable. Yeah. So
I'll start with the projects. Yeah. I'm excited about this. I'm glad you asked me about that. Yeah. In late July, I shot maybe, it's a long day, about 6 hours of film. So what I did was I want to show my diversity as far as personal training goes. So I grabbed my clients. I didn't use any models, no Instagram models, no other trainers, my own personal clients. So I got about 8 of them to come down on a Sunday, which I was impressed. Yeah. Because they showed up. It was not a no in there.
So was wife with you that day?
My wife was with me. My wife designed it. Oh, she was with me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought Sunday was the day.
Oh, no. She was there. She was the head of operations, man. Okay. Yeah, anyways, we went to my gym. We recorded. I did a recording. I do group training. So I did a video of me doing group training. I had about 5 of my clients come and they shot group training. We went through an actual session of 45 minutes of training. So it wasn't just shots here and there. It was an actual session. We did that, and they also did testimonials during that one. Then I did a partner training because I do have partner training. So meaning, for instance, you and your wife want to come train together, or you and a coworker, or mom and daughter, father and son, or vice versa. I did that kind of partner training for that. I did youth. I have a youth trainers that I come. Some clients that come to. I do youth training. I had them come. I have a client who has cerebral palsy, which is like honestly my favorite client and most challenging client. So I had never worked with a person who had those kind of adaptations.
Wow, that's so interesting. I have to talk more about that too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
No, it's fine. Continue. I feel like when you bring that up, on that, I'm gonna have to go back to that.
I'm sorry.
But finish up on the programs. I got to come back to that in a minute. But continue with the program side. Go ahead.
With her?
No. You've been talking about your programs, but I'm gonna come back to the
okay. Sorry about that.
We can even jump into it now. No apologies. Why was that different? Why was that different, and how did that switch up? Some of your things that you were already used to doing.
Well, it was different because I never worked with a client who has those type of inabilities. So for one, her hand, I don't want to do it because I think it's a little inappropriate for those persons who do have cerebral palsy. But for instance, they don't have mobility. She didn't have mobility in her hand. Yeah. She did, but she didn't because of the way it was positioned. Yeah. So I had to like go and do some research outside of like fitness. Wow. To a more of a therapist. Yeah. A therapist approach, an occupational therapist approach. Granted, my wife is a phenomenal occupational therapist, and it was more in-house, so but I still had to. She wasn't just gonna give me the fruits. She's like, you gotta go search it and ask questions. Then I'll help you pick them, but I'm not gonna just work for you for free. Right. But anyways, so she helped me out with that, and with her, it was totally different. I had to like modify, tailor a program strictly for her. I had to help her increase her single leg balance and. Even just stepping forward on one leg or stepping up, for instance, walking upstairs is difficult with one leg being staggered in front of the other one. Or even just standing up with one leg and reaching, falling off balance. So that's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. It's very enjoyable. And then even like forcing her and helping her to assist her to put pressure on the hand that's a little deformed, and me having to apply pressure to keep it flush to the floor, and watch her do a push-up.
Wow, that's so cool.
So I mean, we kind of like surprised each other because she was doing stuff that she didn't think she was doing. I'm doing stuff that I had to learn how to do, and like you're the person who's helping me, so we both got to learn from one another.
That's amazing.
And I'm actually, it sucks, but she's actually moving back to Chicago, man.
Okay.
She's leaving actually tomorrow.
But I know she'll be able to take some of those foundational stuff that she can use.
Yeah, man. She got a special place in my heart, man.
That's awesome.
She's awesome.
That's great. So you are in the middle of sharing, your new programs and stuff you got coming up, and how we can learn about that.
Yeah, so how you can learn about that, you can go on to my Instagram, Rockscope to Fitness, or my website, rockscopetofitness.com. I'm also on Facebook. I actually use my actual name for Facebook is Ricky Crockett, but you can also you can also write in Rockscope to Fitness, and I'll come up in that way.
Pop up.
Twitter. I'm on all that. Snapchat. I'm on.
And I noticed you do some educational tips too regularly. Education, so people can learn on the Instagram feed. You gotta check the Instagram feed because I learned stuff there, and I'm like, oh, that's a good nugget. I got.
And that's what I try to do. I try not to put workouts. As many workouts because everyone's doing workouts. So I need to be separated of why you coming to visit my page. Education. I figured like. Maybe I post something about gaining weight or losing weight, or I had a discussion with one of my clients and she's feeling down on herself because she's going through postpartum, and I post about postpartum.
Wow.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, Mike, you're not the only one who wants to gain weight.
Right.
So our conversation is private, so I can post something about gaining weight, and it's helping hundreds of people. Versus just helping you. Not that you're not important in my life, but
I understand. That's the value that you bring.
And that's why I'm moving towards more of a, I would say, holistic way of training and designing lifestyles for as fitness goes.
That's good. I like how you said designing lifestyles. Man, because that's exactly what we do here.
You just put that seed in me.
That's right,
you
man.
planted me, baby.
Designing lifestyle. That's what it is, man. Style your life. You have to create it,
Yeah.
So, man, Ricky, learning about your journey, man, and hearing all this has been fantastic. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Love you
it's
more.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this again.
Of course.
Some more new stuff, some more of the other stuff that you got coming up. We'll do it again on some more tricks and tips and strategies. So there you have it. As usual, yours truly, Michael Ferrera with Ricky Crockett. Man, he's got his shirt on today, man. But everybody will be embarrassed if you take your shirt off. But it's love, man. Thank you again, as usual. Signing off, and you know it. You can have everything in your life that you want, as long as you truly believe it. We'll see you soon. Style your life. Peace.